Hello, wonderful people. Are you grinding, pushing through? Do you feel just exhausted, like the whole world is on your shoulders? Do you even feel guilty for just resting? Well, today we're going to explore why do men feel that they have to keep pushing through even when they feel exhausted. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Cahir. I'm here to take you one step closer to self-love. All right, first, I want to share my own story of grinding. Um, because my whole journey with this self-love, it started right in the beginning, right when the self-hatred, the darkness was really high, right? And I would say the pinnacle of that was, um, so I told you guys, so I'm Polish American, so I moved to Poland, to study because I didn't want to pay the exuberant costs, get all the student loans and all that. um, I went to actually Polytechnica for computer science, but the vibe was just not for me, man. I don't know what to say. I'm more, in the humanities, not in the logic stuff. So it wasn't a fit for me. So, I dropped out. I don't like the word say drop. It was literally one day. I'm like, oh, this is not for me. So I quit, whatever. Um, and I had all this free time. I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm like, well, I might as well get a job. And I got this teaching job at Berlitz. I don't recommend them. If you're learning English for whatever reason, please don't go to them. Like I said, they really took advantage of me. It gave me 18 zloty. 18 zloty. I don't know the exchange rate, but awful, awful money. Even like back then, it was like what 2015 or whatever. So I would go all across Warsaw, literally, guys, maybe 90 minutes, even more. I swear, I swear. Like really far parts of Warsaw, like not in the center, to like go like and I had lessons like in 8:30, man. And sometimes they wouldn't show up. Could you imagine? So I'd wake up 5, 6 in the morning, go all the way there, and then I'll be like, oh, they were working. You're not gonna have that lesson. I'm like, oh yeah, free money. Yeah, free 18 zloty. Thank you so much. All right. So also kind of like disrespected. It was really weird. Um, to when I had to check my schedule. I didn't have a schedule. You just called. Can you imagine, especially me as an introvert, how awkward it is to fucking call somebody, be like, "Hey, do I have any lessons today?" And be like, "Nope, you don't." It was such a bizarre, just weird thing, for really low money, man. And also, I didn't get any support from my parents. Um, I remember they're like, "Ile zarabiałeś? How much did you make? I'm sure it's gonna be so much." Instead of, you know what I mean, like shaming, making fun of me, instead of being like, "Hey, what's going on here?" And like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you happy?" You know, no one was looking out for me because I wasn't looking out for me. I was just like, "Oh, fuck it. I guess this, I deserve it, right? I dropped out, so I need to make money." You know. I wasn't in a survival situation, but more on that later. But not in this video. But anyway, I didn't have to, but I chose to do it. I chose to do it. Right. And then, when I got into the English teaching studies, which were, like I said, the most part okay, which is French. That was, I like in Poland, at least where I was studying, I had to take an extra language. It was either French, German, or history. I took French, and if you watched earlier videos, let's just say it was not a fun experience. But anyway, and I had this thing in me to be a man. Actually, like my parents work so hard. Immigrants from Poland moved to the U.S. They work so, especially my dad. 10, 12-hour days to provide for us. I'm like, I gotta make something of myself, right? I gotta make something of myself. So I had the studies in the day, and then I had acting at night because I'm like, I could do it. I could do it. And even then, I also was still teaching English, so I would have like lessons in between. So guys, and like I said, that god awful acting school, I would have practices to like maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, and then just do it over and over again. I'm like, oh, this is your 20s. Make the most of it. Make the most of it. It's just sick, man. Oh man, I'm getting kind of worked up because I know how many of my brothers feel this way, right? We have to prove something, right? We have to make it out there, and the ways even I was doing was not conducive to the life I really, really deep down want to live. To be honest, I was even sure about going to university because I was like, well, I don't need a degree to teach English. I okay, I understand. I understand why I did it. Um, it doesn't matter, but yeah. But I had this thing I had to prove to my parents that you know I'm making something of my life, and because of that, I didn't take care of myself, and also like when I was doing that, no one said like, "Hey, man, you're doing a lot." Maybe sometimes, like from the outside, I remember it'd be like, "Oh, you're doing a lot, man." I'm like, "No, no, no, I'm not. This is nothing. This is nothing." In hindsight, it was a lot. I don't care. I mean, like, I know there's like in the States, I remember people like having a double major. I'm like, holy moly. I don't know. I don't know. But just like also like we kind of glorify it. Like, yeah, yeah, double major. Yeah, I don't have time to sleep. Really? Something that like is fundamental for your health. You're lacking sleep, and we're saying, yeah, man, I don't need sleep. But I don't know. Something's up, man. I That's not what the life of the creator wants for us, man. If you're hustling, I mean, good for you, man. But I'm just saying, there's got to be a better way. Um, yes, okay. And I had this belief I had to prove my worth to mama and tata. Like I got this. I am this man. And the worst thing is, I didn't even receive it. I received vitriol instead. I received like, oh, you're killing me. You'll never make it. What are you doing? Basically that. Basically that. Was I supported? No, no, no. Because basically they were like on the fence. This is weird for my parents. They were on the fence about sending us to Poland. Not sending us. I mean, we chose to do it, of course, but they sent us money for like we were toward 25, which I know we're fortunate, unfortunate. Um, um, I won't get it. I won't get into it. I know some people don't receive money from their parents. I understand. It's not about that, but like the emotional support that I really needed. I was in a new country, man, a new country that I really didn't know. Well, a whole different education system. It was tough, man. It was tough, and I couldn't even support myself in my own mind. Right? I kicked myself off my own team. I said, "Oh, I have to work. I have to grind to get love." And that sucks, man. That sucks. I don't want that for anybody, man. All right, because what the course teaches us, Course in Miracles, that the ego rests in the belief of scarcity. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough value. We're not worthy enough, right? I have to grind. I have to grind. I have to show my worth. What is that? By ego belief, right? Does that sound like, hey, I'm a blessed son of God? I don't need to prove my worth. No, exactly. It's the opposite, man. And also, when I watch videos in the sphere, it's like I saw this video. It's like, don't let your woman see you napping. She'll think you're a pussy. I'm just like, man, and I used to believe in that shit, man. I used to believe it like, oh, what are you doing? Like you're taking a nap. You got to be grinding, man. And I think also as men, we have something, at least I think this, that like for women, they can rest, right? They can take a nice bubble bath, read a book. But men, we gotta grind. We gotta grind, 10, 12 hours. That's your job. Don't take care of yourself. That this is the sick ego mind, man. So just please take care of yourself, guys. Because remember, you are a blessed son of God, perfect as He created you. That is your truth. I don't care if you guys don't believe me. That is your truth. That's your truth, man. And do you think the infinite creator wants us to be grinding ourselves to the bone? For what? Unless it really truly excites you. I don't know. Maybe it does. Who knows? But I know a lot of us, guys, we're suffering. We're suffering. We're pushing through. And for what? I don't know your circumstances, man, but no, I don't want that for anybody. No. We are blessed children of God. And this toxic grinding culture, man, where like men can't rest. All right, don't take a nap. You're a pussy. It's what am I, it's fucked up. What am I gonna say? I know the course teaches non-judgment, but enough is enough, guys. Enough is enough. If I could save one person from this mind virus, I years, man, my early 20s, I felt like I couldn't fucking relax. If I played games, like, oh, it's too much. You play games too much. You're wasting your life away. It fucking sucks, man. We need to take care of ourselves, man. If that means playing games responsibly, like going to bed on time but still enjoying a game, yes, man, fucking do it. Take care of yourself. Like during Healthy Gamer, I would say all of us had struggles about resting. All of us, we did. We did. We're like, oh, I don't know if I deserve to rest. Of course you deserve to rest. Of course you do. You're a blessed son of God. You are, no matter what your parents say. Oh my God. Right? And I believe this also comes from the wound, right? The fear. Because remember, sin is lack of love. So when men overdo it, when we push past our natural limits, all we are is just calling for love, right? Not the love of the world, not the love of the outside, but love from within, love of the Holy Spirit. Right? That's what we're really calling for, right? Because I could see myself when I was grinding and I was, studying and working. All I really wanted was the approval, which I saw was love, right, from my parents, right? But if I came at the frame now, I was like, I'm a blessed son of God. I don't think this schedule is working for me. I must find a better way. Let's find a better way. Working with myself. Really, honestly, I could have done it. I see maybe there was different choices I could have made, but I didn't have that frame of mind, right? So the thoughts even crossed my mind, right? I just thought, yeah, we just gotta wake up at 6 in the morning, have 8 o'clock lessons, have maybe one lesson, and then have a big open window because you have your next lessons till 5. So I guess fuck it, just wait in the city center. Like really, I know it was also lack of well, not lack of time management, but I was like, oh no, that's just what being a man is. You just gotta go and grind. So I'm doing it, right? Are you proud of me? Oh man. All right, and ask yourself, all right, if I had a frame of mind that I am a blessed son of God, perfect as he created me, how would I take care of myself today? Right? Or how would I take care of myself in general? And when I look at myself, I'm like, you know what? That includes gaming. I don't care what my parents say anymore. I even saw YouTube videos about how gaming, of course, is more therapeutic and more relaxing than just doom scrolling. Of course it is. And everything can be used for the Holy Spirit. Everything, including gaming. You see like these gaming podcasts, right? So now even gaming for me has a higher purpose. You know? And now, since I've been actually taking care of myself, I'm actually more productive in the long term because before, I'd drain that battery until my body said, no, 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 enough is enough. And I would, just completely maybe self-sabotage, waste the whole day. I want to say waste, but, like watching YouTube or just completely, what you call bed rotting because I'm like, oh, my mind was just like, fried, But if I do it like every day, like no, rest is paramount, right? Balance of work and play. I don't give a shit about this hustle culture, what they say. Also, I've also attracted with romantic interests, and they were always grinders, right? They would study one thing, two things, have multiple, have a lot of work, and then I would feel bad. I'd feel bad, like, oh, maybe I should be like them. I'm like, no, I don't think so. I understand, like, with this whole thing about like being ambitious, but I think you have to find your own way. All right. Also, the course, I'm not sure what the course teaches about ambition. That's a little touchy subject, but I know, like, there's nothing wrong for wanting to striving to be more. But at the same time, I feel as men, we completely, like, what do you call it? We're polarized in the other direction, like 100% masculine. There's no feminine, right? There is no relaxation. There is no divine love within us. It's all about grinding, doing. There's no like being and resting, and we need both of them. We need both polarities to be balanced, right? Um, all right, and please subscribe if you for more healing content like this. It really means a lot. Um, if you enjoyed the video so far, yeah. And and I think what the lesson I learned was like all I really wanted was inner nourishment. Truly, truly. And I was looking at for the outside for like grinding, from being productive, like receiving some kind of validation. But what I really needed was to hear myself say, "Hey, Cahir, you're doing your best. I love you. No, we can achieve big things. I know we can. Well, we don't have to sacrifice ourselves. We don't have to put ourselves down. We don't have to work ourselves to the bone. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves because we are a blessed Son of God. Yes, we are. We deserve goodness. We deserve peace. We deserve relaxation. I see you. I love you." All right, these are just 1% of the thoughts the Holy Spirit has for you. And can you imagine if you had just these thoughts throughout the day, what actions you would take? Doesn't that move you? Doesn't that expand you? Instead of like what this toxic culture says, like, oh, you gotta be grinding. You gotta be grinding 100 hours, 100 hours. What are you, some beta cuck loser? Loser? Aren't you alpha? Don't you want to be alpha, bro? It's screwed up, man. It's screwed up. Because, true strength is effortless. It's remembering I am already enough because I am as God created me. And when we forget, we compensate. But when we remember who we truly are, we relax. Of course you can relax, man. Right, this is a permission. Go relax, please. It's okay. Remember, in Course in Miracles, I rest in God. I rest in God. This is something I think we really need to hone as men, right? I rest in God. I rest in the Holy Spirit. Our minds are a sanctuary, right? And like I said, of course, we can be productive. There's nothing wrong with productivity. However, like when we overvalue it over ourselves, I think that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And you can see how we are taken advantage of, and who goes to war? Men, right? Right. The war, I don't like war, right? So, all right. Yeah, we can build. Of course, like I talked in the previous videos, like it's fun, really, it's fun building, going after your dreams, of course. But let's build each other up, right? Build yourself up. I can't tell you guys how, like I said, my dynamic was I make a mistake, or I don't, something wrong happens, I kick myself, I berate myself, I would tear myself down, and I would accept also disrespect if someone tried to tear me down. I'd be like, oh yes, I'm sorry, oh you're right. Well, not exactly, but I wouldn't defend myself. I know the Course teaches in my defense is my safety lies, but just not even having the self advocacy to be like, hey, why are you being mean? Right? Why are you insulting me? Like stuff like this. Like I was disempowered, right? What can I say? I was a disempowered man. And the thing about disempowered men, we don't help each other, or we feel ashamed about asking for help. Or in this sick society, we see someone disempowered, he's lacking in confidence. We make fun of him. We're like, oh, what are you, a pussy, beta? You chickened out. You didn't talk to that girl. For what? For what? How is that building anything? How's that building anybody up, right? We got to build each other up, Be like, hey, man, you can ask that girl out. I believe in you. I have faith in you. You are so handsome. Look at you, man. Like, why would we accept any other thought system? Tell me. Why? Why? Oh, I'm ugly. I can't do it. Why? Why? It's the truth. Who this, the truth is in God, man. Like, and that's what thought system is going to get you to ask the girl out, right? I'm not good enough, or I am good enough. I'm amazing. I'm a blessed Son of God. If she says no, it's okay. I'm fine because I'm a blessed Son of God. I'm going to love myself no matter what. You know what I mean? But we're not taught this. We're not taught that, like, I don't know, something happened with the male dynamic, especially if we're competing, right? Competing males over the hot girl, right? And then like, oh, I'm going to tear him down so he doesn't go after the girl or something, right? This is not what the Holy Spirit wants. Holy Spirit wants collaboration. Collaboration, right? This is why I'm also making the videos, right? Because I love you. You are me, man. We're all in this together. So why would I tear you? Why would I tear you down? I would only tear you down if I believed in scarcity. I don't believe in scarcity. I believe in abundance, right? The true nature of the universe is abundance. Right, we gotta get rid of this mind virus of this toxic hustle, hustle mindset. Go, go, go! What are you, pussy, beta? It's all nonsense, guys. Right? Of course, if you have these dreams, of course, take action. Of course, why not? Right? But do you have to tear yourself down? Do you have to tear other people to do it? And if you do, is it worth it then? If the journey is the destination, think about it. And what has been really helpful for me and what I'm learning now is surrendering. And especially of men, it's hard, right? Because also the masculine polarity is about control, right? I was also very controlling when I was more in my unbalanced self. But with surrendering, it's surrendering to a higher power. Like Holy Spirit has your back, the universe got your back, And for example, like Hotel Narvel in Mixed Nuts, we got invited, my improv group, we got invited to do a gig at a 5-star hotel. They wrote to us. We didn't like go masculine, just like looking, scouting for hotels. No, they wrote to us. And I think, probably from Google because I was making the reels. So yeah, I was, working towards my dream, posting regularly on YouTube and stuff. And I think that did help. But, I couldn't come up with that. I couldn't have. I wasn't even aware such a possibility could exist. And we got paid the most we ever got, like ever. That's what happens when you surrender, right? It's surrendering and knowing you are loved and you are supported. And I think that's the biggest wound we don't have, we have as guys, right? That we're not supported, that we're not loved. And it sucks. But it's not true. It's an illusion. I know how you're feeling right now, but just remember, it's not true. You are always divinely loved and supported. Always. Always. Holy Spirit. All right. The world taught men to strive. The Holy Spirit teaches them to allow. You are not meant to push through life. You are meant to flow with a love that asks nothing of you except to remember yourself. Right? What would life look like, guys, if we just stopped pushing and started allowing? Like I said, like taking action is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, right? But what about allowing the love of God to flow through you and take action? Isn't that just amazing? Don't you want that for yourself, man? All right, I'm going to offer a prayer. All right. May every man listening remember that he is wholly lovable and wholly loving. Nothing real asks him to prove himself, and nothing unreal is worth one drop of his strength. Guys, I know that we want to reach our full potential. I do. We all do. But this belief that we have to sacrifice ourselves, we have to work ourselves to the bone, it's not true. It's not. I refuse. Not in my reality. Not in my reality, because I've seen it. I've seen the destructive nature of that belief when I didn't take care of myself. But now when I work with God, with the Holy Spirit, and He tells me, Cahir, yeah, take some action. I believe in you, have faith, but also take great care of yourself because you deserve it, because you are a blessed Son of God. Please take care of yourself, guys. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. May the Holy Spirit light up your path wherever it takes you. All right. Take care.